Hello dear viewers, welcome back to another Odoo 90 tutorial by Cybrosys. So today in this video we'll be talking about the invoicing module of Odoo 19's community version. So you all know that Odoo 19 does not have an accounting module, right? So like there is no module named accounting, but instead we have a module which is called invoicing. So it's not a deeper one as that of the accounting module in the enterprise edition, but still it has a decent, it's a decent module with certain features. So today we'll take a look at all those features that are present here in the module. So as you can see, I've already opened the modules. Okay. So the very first thing that you see once you open the module is the invoices. Okay. So you can see the number, the customer, the invoice date, the due date, tax excluded, total, and the status. Okay. So it actually shows the invoice reference number and the customer. Okay. So you can either upload invoices or create a new invoice. So creating a new invoice is really simple. Click on new. You all know where the invoice comes from, right? When we are creating a sale order and all, there comes an invoice parallelly. Similarly, directly, you can actually create an invoice from the invoicing module. Now here you will have to choose a customer and then you will be having to add on the products. So I'm adding the product over here. Simply adding one product. Okay. And as you add up the quantity, the amount will also rise. Then you have to choose the invoice date. Then if there is any due date, that can also be given over there. And if you have any payment terms, like if it's immediate payment other than the due date, you can choose the immediate payment within 15 days, 21 days, or whatever it is. So those terms can actually be used or chosen from here. And here comes the other info tab where you can specify the other info, like where we have the invoicing information and the accounting information. So it's how you can create an invoice in a very simple way. Okay. And once you're done with it, this is currently in a draft stage, you can confirm it to a posted invoice. So after you post the invoice, you have the choice to pay it, send it, or print it. You can even generate a credit note, debit note from the invoice, and you can reset to draft, also preview the invoice. So credit note, if you click on credit note, you can actually specify a reason that should be displayed on the credit note and the journal to which it should be reflected, and the reversal date can be given over here. Once you specify everything, you can actually reverse, and after reversing, if you want to create an invoice along with the credit note, that can be done. Similarly, we have the debit note. So you have to specify the reason. You can copy the lines and you can also use a specific journal. Okay. So I'm going to complete the procedure by doing the payment. You all know how we have a lot of payment types like bank, cash, and all. So I'm choosing bank and creating the payment. So you can see the paid ribbon has come. And once it's done, you can see the payment details as smart tab. So this is how you simply create an invoice. So the created invoice is shown on top of the list. Okay. So that's how you create a new invoice from the invoices tab. So invoice actually comes under the customer section. And for vendors, it will be the bills. Then comes the credit notes. So all the credit notes that have been generated will be displayed on the credit note section of the invoicing module. So you can actually create a new credit note from here. Okay. So like once you click on new, it will be showing customer credit note. Okay. Then you will be having the option to choose the customer. See, and you will have to choose the delivery address. Okay, all such things. So credit note is basically a document to correct, cancel, or refund the customer invoices for reasons like returns or errors, functioning as a negative invoice to reduce amounts owed or reflect money given back. So you create them in this area, you can actually create them. Okay. So you can actually choose the customer from here. I'm choosing deco, and the invoice line can be added over here, I'm choosing the customizable desk, which is of the quantity 2, which makes the amount 1500. Okay. So once you do that, you can complete it to a posted state. Okay. So you have outstanding debit listed below for this customer. So that's an outstanding customer or outstanding debit that has been shown over here. So the debits are seen here under the credit note that you have created. Okay. So this is RINV, which means it's a reverse invoice that you are creating. Okay. So now what you're going to do is, it can be a partial refund or a full refund or even a new draft invoice. So once you complete it, you can actually click on pay. You can actually create the payment. It's in paid state. And if you go back, you can see a paid invoice and the amount is shown as negative. Okay, it's shown as a negative value. Okay, so you can enter the credit note and adjust the reversal date, the journal, and all if needed. And once you create the credit note, you can actually adjust and create a new draft from there. So that's what we've done already. That's the credit note. Then comes the payments. So all the customer payments can be tracked by using the payments in the customer section of the invoicing module. Okay, it shows the status. You can actually create a new customer payment from here. So the payment type can be to either to send or receive the payment. So if it's receive, then receive from whom that customer should be chosen, the amount that has to be received, date, and if you want to give a memo, that can also be given there, and then confirm it. So it's in process. Once the customer pays, it will be shown as paid state. So that is the customer payment that you have over here. Then what? Like for customer payment also, we have different other views, okay? So you have the Canvan view, the graph view, and the activities. Then you have the products. So you all know what products are. I'm not going to repeat it again. You can see all the products over here, and also it's possible to create a new product. This is the product creation form. Then you have the customers. So in invoice, the customers section, you'll be having the customers, and vendors, you'll be having the option to create and manage vendors. So these are the customers of your organization. You can create a new customer from here. It can either be a person or a company. Give all the details and create a new customer from here. So it's very similar with the case of vendors, where you have bills, refunds, payments, employee expense, products, and vendors. So you can actually create a vendor from here, a vendor bill. Click on bills. And then this is how the bill number looks like, which is the reference. So it's easy to create a new bill from here. Click on new. Then specify the vendor name. Okay. So a vendor name can be anything which is given on the drop down. Choose one from the drop down. Then you have the bill date. So you have to make sure that you specify a bill date. Until and unless you specify a bill date, you can't complete the procedure. Okay. So give the bill date. It can be any date. I'm giving today's date. Okay. So after that, obviously you'll be having the option to specify the invoice lines. You have to specify the label. So it can be any of these. It can either be a bill or a receipt. So if it's a receipt, then you have to change the radio button and then confirm it. So you can't do it because there is nothing like you've given over here. So I'll give it as pen. The quantity is 5. The price is 10 and the amount is 50. Confirm it and it gets posted. And then you can complete the procedure by doing the payment. So click on bank, complete the payment by clicking on create payment, and it's paid right now. Okay, so that is the vendor bills. Then instead of credit note and debit note, here we have the refunds. So it's easy to manage refunds. If you want to create a new refund, you can create one from here. Okay, so simply click on new to create a new refund. Okay, so let's create a refund. Okay, now refund is basically a processed refund is basically processed by creating a credit note. Okay, so which is simply a vendor credit note, and like from the original validated invoice or even the bill. So this will effectively reverse the original transaction and allows for a refund payment to the customer or reimbursement from a vendor handled via sales, POS, or even the accounting modules. And the process involves adding a credit note specifying details like the quantity, the reason, and all such things. Okay, so and then you have to process the actual refund payment with options available for partial or full refunds. So I'm going to choose a vendor over here. Let it be Abigail. And on the invoice line, you have to add a line, right? So you have to add the quantity of the products that you have and the price as well as the amount. So here I'm going to add the product, which is pen. The quantity is 1. The price, let it be 50. Okay. And I'm going to save it. And you have to make sure that you specify a bill date over there. Once you do a bill date, you can confirm it and change the stage to a posted one. So now your refund, or you can see it's the bill, reverse bill. Okay. So refund has been posted. Now the purchase matching and all can be can be done from here. You can open that and the matching can be done from here. So here comes the product description, and then you can complete it by doing the payment. So you have this thing called the journal. You can create the payment over here, and it's in paid state. So you can actually create a debit note as well as reset it to draft again. So that's how the refunds work. Then comes the payment section, which is the vendor payment. So all the vendor payments can be created and managed from here, where it shows the status of the vendor payment as well. So click on new to create a new vendor payment. You can choose the payment type, which whether it is to send or receive, then choose the vendor and the amount and complete the procedure. So vendor payment is also present here in the invoicing. Okay. Then comes the employee expense. So employee expense can be managed from the vendor section of the invoicing module. Okay. So on the expense, you can see the amount that is to be submitted, amount that is waiting for approval, and the ones that are waiting for reimbursement. So you have the employee, the description, the expense date, paid by category, company, total, and status. Similarly, you can create a new one where the description is given here. Description can be given here for the employee expense. So you all know how an expense has been created, right? An expense can be created from here. Okay. So that too is possible here. Then comes the products as usual. We've already seen the products. From here also, we can create a product. Then you can go to the vendors. So similar to the customer, you can actually create vendors also. So click on new, and this is the vendor creation form. So that is also a present feature over here. So that is the vendors. Then comes the reporting, where you have the invoice analysis. So this gives you an analysis of your invoice, the untaxed amount, okay, on different months. And if you go to the measure, this shows the untaxed amount. If you want to see the total, you can choose that, and so on. Like there are multiple measures. So you can switch it to pie chart, and then you have the bar chart. Okay. So that is how it looks like. And then you have the pivot table of the invoice analysis, where you can add multiple measures. See, you can add the total in currency for different months. So this is actually the invoiced ones of the customers. Then if you go to the configuration, you have the accounting section where you have the taxes. So taxes can be configured here. Simply by clicking on you can create a new tax here. So specify the name and you can choose the computation method of the tax. So you have group of taxes, fixed tax, percentage tax included, custom formula, and so much like that. And then you have the tax type, the amount, the fiscal position. And here comes the distribution for invoices and distribution for refunds. So here you have to specify the rules. Only then you can configure a tax. So if you open a new one or an existing one, you can see this 100 of tax received based on what, 100 of tax received based on what, and all is given over here. This is the 15% tax computation that you have done right now. Then comes the journals. So you can see all the journals over here, and it's possible to create a new journal. Okay, specify the journal name, the type of the journal, okay, whether it's sales, purchase, cash, bank, credit card, or miscellaneous. Then you can specify a prefix for the journal, and the journal entries will be shown over here. So if you open this bank journal, you can see the bank journal over here, the type, the sequence, prefix, and all such things. Then comes the currencies. So you have a lot of currencies which are pre-configured in your system. You can create new currency from here. Okay, so if you just scroll down, you can see all the currencies. So we have this Indian rupee over here. If you open that, you can see the currency name, the symbol, and the currency unit. How much is unit per USD? That can also be specified over here. So that is the currencies that you have. Then comes the fiscal positions. So fiscal positions are basically for tax mapping. So such fiscal positions can be created and managed from here. You have the pre-created ones like the domestic and foreign trade. Then you have the invoicing section, under which you have the payment terms and product categories. So in the payment terms, you can see once you are creating an invoice and all, you can either pay as the date that you specify. Otherwise, you can set the payment term. So it can be a 15 days of the creation, 21 days, 30 days, immediate payment. So whatever the payment term is, you can create that. So if it's end of the following month, then the preview is given here and the due terms. So payment terms can be easily configured by the invoicing module. Then comes the product category. So each of the product lies under different categories, right? So those categories can be configured from here. Okay, so these are the different categories that you have. Then you have the payment providers. So these are the different payment providers that you have. Like you can see all of those providers under a single roof. Then finally, we have the payment methods. So these are the different methods. You can create new methods by clicking on new, specify the name, and then put the provider under the payment method. And finally, last but not the least, we have the configuration settings, under which we have the fiscal localization, the taxes section, currency section, customer invoice section, units and packaging, customer payment, vendor bill, vendor payment, digitization, accounting forms, mode. So these much features, even though this is an invoicing module, which is not that big of the accounting module, it has a lot of features which are enough and more for a startup company and all to use. So go on and try it yourself and tell me the review of how the features are and how useful them are for you guys. So that's it, guys. That's the invoicing. I hope that was clear for you guys. Thank you so much for watching and see you guys in the next video.